Tonight, the King 5 investigators reveal firefighters from across the state are taking charge to help Washington's insurance crisis.
More homeowners than ever say they're being unfairly dropped by insurance companies because of wildfire risk.
In her series, The Coverage Crisis, Kristen Goodwillie finds that firefighters are trying to change the decades-old rating system that insurers use to cut people off.
3 is 231 and all of Rail Canyon.
Despite hearing this evacuation order for the 2021 Ford Corkscrew fire north of Spokane,
see all the fire all along the deck there.
John Lowe stayed and fought the wildfire, charging over this hillside and towards his home.
It went up and over this house and landed out here like a tsunami of fire.
30 homes were destroyed. Lowe watched his neighbor's house melt under the heat.
I was just protecting myself at that point. Hardy plank. It doesn't melt, it doesn't burn.
His home, outfitted to withstand wildfire, is among the 48 saved by the Stevens County Fire Department. It's a well-trained outfit that rolled up Lowe's driveway as fire closed in.
Brush trucks have one hose reel that comes off the back.
Stevens County Fire Chief Mike Busey says they have a great record of success. His team fought 41 wildland fires this season, no homes burned, and that's an average.
So this is Tender 9, affectionately termed the Beast.
It's partly due to their investment in specialized equipment like this custom-designed wildfire tender. It carries 2,500 gallons of water.
Being able to get that much water off-road in remote locations is vital, but none of that gets any recognition.
He says the state-mandated organization that analyzes fire risk to buildings ignores their successes with battling wildfires.
They just want to turn around and blame homeowners.
To help determine premiums and whether or not you can get homeowners insurance, the organization, the Surveying and Rating Bureau, gives each community a rating between 1 and 10. An 8, 9, or 10 is the worst, meaning homeowners there will have a tough time getting insured.
It's almost criminal not to include fire district capabilities in that matrix.
They say the system favors big cities by using criteria like numbers of hydrants, water supply, and building codes, things that are important in a city. In rural areas, one of the main factors of success is fighting wildfires, yet the rating system barely takes that into consideration. The area where Stevens County saved John Lowe's house gets a lousy 7 rating, despite the department's strong record with wildfires.
We definitely are constantly evaluating our criteria.
President and CEO of the Rating Bureau, Carl Newman, says insurance companies aren't asking them to include wildfire information, and if homeowners are getting dropped, it's not because of their rating system. The Surveying and Rating Bureau is funded by the insurance industry.
There are fire chiefs who are asking us to do more in relation to wildfire. Our customer and the people paying for that data and information are the insurance companies, and they are not currently asking us to do that.
It's not just a controversy in eastern Washington, but on this side of the mountains as well. Surrounded by water, part of Fox Island near Gig Harbor has a 9 rating, about as bad as you can get. According to the Rating Bureau, that 9 was dished out after its volunteer fire department went to being staffed part-time.
It just doesn't make any sense.
Doug Nelson is a former volunteer firefighter. He says that change hasn't hurt response times. They're the same, if not better. But when the rating went up, so did his insurance premium by 30%.
The only explanation I was given is the last few years, all the wildfires.
Like many of his friends on the island, Nelson is on a fixed income.
I get so much a year coming in, and that's not going to change for the rest of my life. And that takes a big chunk out of what my monthly income is.
We know our risks, and we know where those risks are. So we have an engine with 3 firefighters.
Chief Dennis Doan is the top boss of the Gig Harbor Fire Department and a leader with the Washington State Association of Fire Chiefs. He says the rating system needs an overhaul. The association is crafting legislation to create more oversight and, according to him, a more reasonable rating system.
I am just so frustrated with the metrics that insurance companies use and the different metrics that they use. And then what really frustrates me is that they throw their fire department under the bus.
Back in Loon Lake, near Spokane, wildlife is slowly coming back. 3 years after getting decimated by wildfire.
Nature's going to come back. And it has, and it did.
But it's one of those additional tools.
The chief of the department, Mike Busey, says the rating system needs to adapt as well, with the goal of bringing fairness to the homeowners of Washington state.
The more people that are aware of it, the more push towards a solution can be had.
Fire chiefs say they are crafting legislation with the hope of creating a fairer rating system. So we could see that as soon as this next legislative session.